I'll stick with my recommendation. I'll even go so far as I hope the video is short because that's not relevant either.
It's very short. And no, it is very relevant, and he specifically, and in fact, how about if I subpoena a legislator who asked the question of Mr. Bartlett on video? Would you prefer
I'm
that?
not trying to
Listen,
be rude,
all
but
right.
I've had enough.
I-
I've had enough of this.
I can't go with subpoenaing Mr. Wright. Mr. Skinner, what is your opinion?
I cannot go with, as I said before, we've heard the opinion of our council, and I think we should follow it.
Mr. Owen?
See, Ned, yes, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm a big guy and I'm used to having
It's
dark
whatever your
circles. So,
I'm just sitting here hearing a lot. I said to myself now, if I don't know anything about these challenges either, so what am I sitting here on the board and being able to judge them for after I hear the testimonies?
Well, that's your job though. That's in your duties as a board member to hear challenges.
I don't really see why Mr. Wright is against coming down here. Land knows, it sounds proper for me, to me, that he would come down here and defend himself on what he wrote.
I think
That's the way I feel.
that's fine. I understand.
well,
He ought to be proud that there's not just challenges in Pasq County, but the other 99 counties in the state of North Carolina too. Got problems everywhere.
Sure.
that's right.
And this is with all due respect to everybody in here. I'm not.
I understand.
I'm telling you guys.
Mike,
this is pure
we're still
support.
friends.
This is
Okay?
absolutely.
right.
But we don't have to agree.
That's right.
All right,
Yeah.
I will entertain a motion, one way or the other.
I make that motion that we follow the advice of our attorney and not subpoena anyone at this time from the state board.
But we're specifically dealing with Don Wright,
Oh,
so do you want to make
definitely.
it just for him? Because he's the only one that's been subpoenaed.
So moved.
I second the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
If you all would like to subpoena someone else, they can do that.
Time's getting tight, but yes. I mean, we got 2 weeks, I guess, from today. So if, I don't know if y'all have
If
a
you can
meeting or a
make-
special meeting scheduled. I'm not sure, but yeah.
But we could if we had to.
Yeah.
Pete Gilbert will email you Gary Bartlett's name today, or by midnight,
That's fine.
okay?
All right.
He's not, and I want it on the record, he's not an attorney. And also on the record that I'm assuming this board will not have to go in closed session to discuss anything, being Don Wright says you should know it all.
He did not say that. He
That's
said-
exactly what he said.
No,
That's exactly what he said.
When he had to go
Every
by the
time
facts
you
presented
go in
us.
closed session, you are setting yourself up for a problem in court.
I can talk for days about that. I know that night case. I hadn't read it in years, but I can tell you all about it right now. So yeah.
All right,
Make a motion, do a second, go in a closed session, do it properly. Yeah.
all right. Orders mailed April 3rd.
I think
That was-
everything.
It's already addressed that, but
Okay, great.
Melissa came over yesterday and we stuffed them and got them stamped and sent. So they're gone.
People.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And we sent a total of 81 letters. So there were a number of people that 2 letters went out for, and there was one person that 3 letters went out to. So we'll see what comes back.
And we were not required to actually send the probable cause orders, but we did that. That was
Right.
a courtesy. And I think we met the statute doing it more than 10 days and gave them more than
And
that.
the other thing is, I would like to ask Ms. Meads for next Thursday, anyone, whatever, look, my mind is on. I have so much to get done before I go to Thailand, sorry, thank you, 2 weeks, it makes you feel a little better. Whoever comes that has been challenged, that we would do those first.
Right.
Because
Or subpoenaed. I mean,
Yes.
actually, I'm more concerned about the people
Right.
subpoenaed than the challenges.
Because these people are either taken off of work or
Sure.
does that satisfactory with the board also?
I will say
Yes.
this, given the turn of the Ileana Thomas case, are y'all meeting before that? Are y'all meeting before the hearing?
Nothing scheduled now, I don't think. It's not to say we
I'd
can't,
like to
but-
talk to Mr. Gilbert. She's pretty much by facts stated how it was, which that's what we were bringing in two witnesses for. I'll speak to Mr. Gilbert. We may release them from the subpoenas because I feel bad about them having come when she's already committed to something. Mike, what's your feeling on that?
In effect, she's basically admitted she was not.
That she was wrong.
The challenge was her right to remain registered there. She said, I don't have the right to remain registered in effect. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about calling people who have had nothing to do with this, but their names were associated with the
Right.
proof. So
Right.
let me verify this with Mr. Gilbert, and we may release them from the subpoenas, if y'all don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem with do that.
Are y'all taking Miss Ileana Thomas at her word in this email? Y'all will let us present that as a fact?
What, the email?
The
Sure.
email?
If she's
Sure.
verified her date of birth and her signature looks anything
We need
remotely
to
close
have-
to it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if I was you, I would not
Upon
release her.
upon receipt of that, but
Yes.
we can release the subpoena of 24, up until the last minute,
Anytime,
right?
anytime,
Okay.
that's right.
I think though, to be on the safe side, we should wait till we have a receipt of a letter with her signature on it.
I agree. And if y'all will just let me know, I'll get with Mr. Gilbert, or you can even email him, Dave, and code me in, David.
Okay.
Because we don't, it bothers us to have to call them.
Sure.
Don Wright's gonna get paid regardless, or whoever from the state board, if we ever get them down here.
Okay.
That is not to say, I will tell you this, there is a possibility there will be counsel here for this side,
Good. I welcome
Okay.
counsel.
okay?
Good.
There you go.
All right. Additionally, security. We have concerns about the security in the courtroom. You had the metal detectors. I don't know if this is going to be an issue, but I prefer to be prepared. We want to be sure that in that room that everybody's mic'd. Is that going to be an issue? Because we're going to have a court reporter who's we're paying dearly
She'll
for.
have everything, he or she, I'm assuming she, I haven't seen emails, but we'll have mics. Usually they set them up right in front of us.
Okay, but we also want mics for everybody to be able to hear. Is that a problem in that room? Is there audio equipment in that room for people to be mic'd so everybody can be heard?
I don't think we're required to provide it, but if they're court reporters, you're going to get your record. I mean, that's
We
not a
want to be
problem.
able to hear it clearly. I have a hearing problem. In some rooms, I'm
can
not
sit
sure with
tight.
the carpet and all in there,
We
how it
can
travels.
Sit tight.
We can have Mr. Gilbert and you, if you're this intervention.
Whoever's talking needs to be
Right,
at a
up
mic.
close, right.
Okay,
They
all
need
right.
to be up close, right, and.
We want
Will you-
also to pick it up here.
So will you please talk to the court reporter and make sure that they have mics for whoever is speaking?
Okay, but those are not amplification mics. That's for their stuff. It's not our duty to be. It should be. And I'm going by past history. We've always done this in a very professional manner, and I expect it to be done no less this time. That every word can be heard without an issue. I know I have a hearing problem, so sometimes even when I was on the board, it's important that I hear everything. And it's just as important that people in the audience hear if they're affected by it.
Mr. Brown?
I just think from experience and from my observation over there, I think we can set it up so that there will be no problem hearing the people that talk. When you're in a courtroom, it's a big,
High ceilings and stuff.
high ceilings.
And it's difficult to hear in the
non-carpeted
courtroom.
floors
Not in
a lot of
courtroom C
times.
though, because it's plenty of.
That
Audio
is simply a large room over there with low ceilings, carpeted floors, cloth seats. I think we can set the layout of the room up so that everybody's kind of close quarters and can hear okay. There's a big it's been a many day in a courtroom, and there's a big difference between being in a place like this or next door and being in a huge courtroom full of hard surfaces and that type of thing.
I just
Everything
want
over
to
there's
plan
cloth.
ahead because this one's being handled differently. Now I will say that our church has a portable microphone stand. I would see if they would let us borrow it. Would
That'd
you
be
be
fine.
amenable to that?
That'd be
If
great.
y'all don't have anything, okay?
We
That'd be
don't. Just for the record, there's
Okay.
nothing over there.
Now, American Red Cross has agreed that we can use their TV in there. We may be bringing in a large screen TV so it would be more visible to everybody and the volume should be
That's
good,
fine.
okay?
And if it's on the TV, you don't need speakers. That's what I was telling you. I
Right.
have speakers that go with laptops.
Right,
Okay, if you will check on that,
okay.
and if that falls through, then maybe we can check with Colin, see if there's anything in the county.
Right.
Because I'm sure there's something somewhere. I know who has
else,
something,
so, yeah.
4-H does in,
Well, it's just, I mean, the one in
Yeah.
the church is just portable about this
Yeah.
high with the
yeah,
mic you
that
plug
work-
in.
That work fine.
That would probably be perfect.
That'd probably be perfect unless it would be big and bulky, okay. I think
That's all I have on the.
we're done with
challenges.
you. We have the office move and our new business, but,
I will get back with Ms. Meads' motion to intervene.
okay.
You know, I just
And
need
we
to.
let David know and David
Sure.
will let us know.
Sure.
He can
It,
just-
it will ultimately be this board's decision whether to allow it, but
Right.
I need to advise you, and this is fresh, so. I need to
Right, sure.
Look at it. If there's a way that, to have Betsy swear the same thing that Pete did, that might be one way to get you on board.
Maybe the institute of government can give you some
Yeah,
insight in there.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now what my gut feeling is that it's, well, I'll just take I told you my gut feeling. There's a way to get you to swear somehow to these that, you know, and it's an affidavit or something, you know, that says I do solemnly swear that, you know, I'm here. They're not gonna, nobody's probably done it before. It's probably never land. So but we'll see.
And
I
so you think it's under that rule
24 rules, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is hybrid stuff, and that's why, you know, if we would have subpoenaed Don, he would have moved to quash it, his state board would have. And we don't know if it had been in Wake County where you subpoenaed or here. You get into a lot of areas here that are not well defined, they're uncharted waters. You know,
Well, it's time to chart some new courses, Mike Cox, and you're gonna lead the parade.
Oh, good, well, thank you. Yeah.
We don't know if he wants to be the marshal for
Exactly, yeah. I'm going to the
Anyway, I know you're
hospital.
busy.
Yeah,
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Yeah, can we take a break and then go to our
I'm gonna fill
new
up on some
business?
water and
I could
head
use a
out the
break
door.
too.